Liverpool versus Chelsea, let's go. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another match preview. This is Liverpool versus Chelsea. Chelsea face Liverpool away at Anfield, and this begins a really tough run of fixtures for Chelsea in the Premier League. It's going to be interesting how these two teams face up against each other because I think we're both fighting for the Premier League title this season. We're gonna get into everything. Before we do, we're pushing for 10K, so if you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and let's get into this video. Starting off with some team news from Thomas Tuchel's press conference. First off, Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Christian Pulisic both are still unavailable since they have to quarantine after contracting COVID. Hopefully we can see them back with the team soon. And as you all probably have seen, Kurt Zouma is 98% going to West Ham. I think Fabrizio actually tweeted about it, that it's a done deal. So Kurt Zouma is not in training. Thomas Tuchel said that he has some family issue in France that he has to take care of. We don't really know what's going on, but I think, maybe it's a medical, maybe it's completely unrelated and he's still signed for West Ham. We don't know. Kurt Zouma is not in the squad, and I think it's probably the last time that we're going to see him in the squad. Now, let's take a look at my predicted starting 11. As we all know, it's incredibly difficult to predict any team that Thomas Tuchel is going to put out for this reason. I still don't have any Chelsea players in my fantasy team because I feel like Tuchel roulette is just going to be too difficult to deal with, but I'm going to take a go at it. And I have this awesome new template courtesy of Pablo on Twitter. I've put his ad here, so make sure to drop him a follow, ask him about all of your graphic needs because he's really incredible and really great designer. But looking at the starting 11, first off, I have Mendy in goal. I think that comes as no surprise to anyone. UEFA's goalkeeper of the year, and he's just proved himself to be so incredibly important for this Chelsea side, making a lot of big saves. So Mendy, first name on the team sheet. Looking at right wing back, I do think that Reece James is going to keep his spot in the starting 11. He had a really good game against Arsenal. Do I think he's going to have that much space? Probably not, but I still think that, he can build off of that momentum. We're seeing that he already started a link-up play with Lukaku. Hopefully we see Lukaku get on the end of many more Reece James crosses in the future. So I do think that he's going to be a threat going forward, and he's going to be able to handle the likes of a Robertson or a Mohamed Salah. He's so strong, so I do think that Reece is going to start. Now, in that left wing back spot, it's incredibly difficult because Marcos Alonso has actually started off the season very well, but I don't count on Marcos Alonso to be an out-and-out starter. I think that Ben Chilwell is going to be the starter for Chelsea, but Ben Chilwell has not started a game yet. He hasn't started since the Champions League final. So are you going to throw him into a game against Liverpool where he has the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold to deal with? Can Alonso deal with Trent Alexander-Arnold? Trent is very speedy. Alonso is not known for being the speediest player. I think Chilwell can probably cover better there. So I really feel that this is 50-50. I've put Alonso in my predicted team just because Chilwell hasn't had the minutes yet, and I think maybe we'll see him starting after the international break. But honestly, it could go either way. For now, I've put Alonso. Now, taking a look at that center back 3 pairing, Azpilicueta, of course, our captain, starts. And I also think that Rudiger is going to start. And then in that middle spot, do you put Thiago Silva? Again, I'm thinking you could perfectly play Thiago Silva. He's probably going to have a good game. But again, he hasn't played that much. He hasn't started a game for us yet. Christensen hasn't put a foot wrong. I think that he can get a job done there. So do you risk changing that back 3 and putting Thiago Silva, who's still a brilliant center back, in, but he might be a little rusty? So I've stuck with Christensen. I think that Thiago Silva can do a job, definitely, especially with Liverpool's high line. He puts a lot of really nice passes over the team, over the line. But I think that we have other players that are capable of that. I've seen Rudiger do it more and more last season, and Christensen is also capable of that as well. So maybe, it's another 50-50 one for me. Maybe you bring him in at some point, I don't know, but he's another player that I'm feeling probably going to start after the international break. For our midfield 2 pairing, I don't think that there is any debate that Conte and Jorginho are the strongest pairing right now. Conte should be fit enough to start this game, and Jorginho, UEFA's player of the season. I do think that our midfield is stronger than Liverpool's midfield, so we should win that battle. And I mean, N'Golo Kante just breaking up all of their attack and any danger that arises. That's what he's there to do. So I really feel very confident in this midfield pairing. Moving up the pitch, we have Mason Mount. I think he's one of the first names on the team sheet. Last week he got an assist against Arsenal. We know that he wants to add more goals and assists to his game, so hopefully he can continue that against Liverpool. And I also kind of, maybe surprisingly to some, I don't know, maybe not surprising to others, I've put Timo Werner in my starting 11 because I think that he can get a job done. Here's why. He did well against Liverpool last season. Liverpool play a high line, so I think with Timo Werner's speed, he can take advantage of that. And he's used to playing with a striker partner. And who we're gonna have at that striker position? None other than Romelu Lukaku, who almost scored twice last week, but he was looking so incredibly strong. Lukaku is also used to playing off of a striker partner, so this could be like Mason in a 10 position with 2 strikers up front. Maybe Werner's on the left, Mason's on the right, and Lukaku's down the middle. Like, this formation is fluid. This is just how I've set it up for the purpose of my graphic, but I do think that this front 3 could be potentially potent. And then you still have the likes of Kai Havertz on the bench. You have Callum Hudson-Odoi, you have Hakim Ziyech, you have Kovacic, potentially Chilwell or Thiago Silva, depending on who you start. So I really feel that this team should be strong enough to beat this Liverpool side. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. You guys know me. I always get extremely nervous ahead of matches, and against Liverpool even more so. Really important that Chelsea try to win this game, because if we want to compete for the title, we need to try to beat teams in the top 6, especially away games. That would be absolutely massive. It's not going to be easy. Anfield is an incredible crowd. It's like a 12th player on the pitch, essentially. We've seen how important it is to have fans in the stadiums. But with that being said, I really do think that this Chelsea team has looked so strong. And yes, Liverpool have also looked strong. They have also won their first 2 games, beating Norwich 3-0 and Burnley 2-0. They have yet to concede a goal as well. But I really do think that this Chelsea team can set up and beat them. I think we're strong defensively. We have the attacking reinforcements now, so we just have to try to neutralize their attacking threat as much as possible and make sure to score our chances, because I do think that we're going to create chances against this Liverpool side. Going to be an incredible matchup between Van Dijk and Lukaku. Who's going to come out on top? Honestly, it could go either way, but I do feel that Lukaku is just so incredibly strong. I hope that he can get a goal, but let's see. As for score prediction, I was on the stream earlier, I said 1-0. Now I'm feeling like, I don't know, maybe Liverpool will score. I don't think it's going to be a crazy game. I don't think it's going to be high scoring. I think it's going to be close. So I think I'm going to change my prediction to 2-1 with a Chelsea win, but Liverpool do get a goal. And as for the goal scorer, I'm going to say Lukaku brace. I don't know, let's just be crazy, let's go wild. That's gonna happen because I don't have him in my fantasy team yet, so you know how it goes. Well guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, don't forget to like it, subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and yeah, let me know who's in your starting 11, what your score predictions are, and how you're feeling about the game. And until next time, I'm out.